Hi everyone, and welcome to Peter Ray's Adventures. Welcome to the latest stream. I have a guest here, Derek TatPeddler.
Hi. Hi.
And do you want to explain a bit about yourself and your business and your YouTube channel for people who are not sure?
Yeah, my name's Derek. I'm a full-time reseller based in the UK. I live in Scotland. Been doing it for a couple of years now, full-time. And I've got a YouTube channel called TatPeddler.
Excellent. I've linked Derek's channel down below as well and in the comments, so do go and subscribe. We have Rich Payne was first. Alan's in as well, and Ali. Let's have a look. Who else is there? Chris Tyler, Nick Kay, Fred, Stu, the Vinegar Jar, John, Nathan popped in as well. Let me just check that. So I'm just checking. There we go. Try that. Okay, so Chris Reeves, UK. Yes, sorry, I can't do anything about the echo for some reason. It sort of happened. Let me just see if I can.
Do you want me to mute myself and see if it's me?
Is that any better? Can you hear me now? Oh dear, I hate when it goes like that. I'm not sure why. There's an echo, guys. But let me just remove myself from the stream. I'll add myself to activity. Stream. Is that any better? Oh, sorry, can't help the echo at the moment. Not sure why. Haven't changed any settings.
Richard says that's better.
She's had popped in Georgina, Lincoln Seller. There we go. And so, as we know, we're in this bit of what's the word? Well, bad times. And have you seen like a level of Christmas sales? So at Christmas, you get quite a lot of sales normally. Have you seen over the last month or so that level of sales on your business?
Yeah, I mean, I've been selling absolute loads of random stuff, and I would say it's possibly even better than my Q4 average sales. I'm selling not just the things that like you'd expect to sell, like video games and games and things. It's I think it's other stuff as well. Even hobby sort of things like vintage hi-fi is still selling, for example, because I think people are at home and they want to mess about with all their sort of hobbies and toys and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll be selling games and stuff like that. I even sold stuff that I've had for about years, a couple of years or a year or so. But
Yeah,
as you say, people are at home, so
yeah, I've sold a lot of sort of homeware stuff.
Yeah.
And, cups and saucers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. It says on Derek's end, when you talk, right click on his picture and then mute.
Well, shall I mute myself and then you talk? And then
Yeah,
see if that
I'll mute you there. Is that better? Yeah, I think when you went chipmunky, it went a bit all.
Do you want me to leave and come back in?
Probably, yeah. If you leave the stream,
right, I'll do that.
Okay, probably.
I might come back with a chipmunk sound.
Sorry about that, guys. Not sure why. It sometimes goes chipmunky. Goes chipmunky. Let us know about your sales and what you've been doing lately. Derek's channel's down below, comments and that. So do go and check it all out. Yeah, he'll come back on in a second. Tommy's here. Indeed, unfortunately, yep, got it sorted out. There we go. Put him back.
So
Is that better?
Is that any better?
No. Well, what I'll do, when I... Okay, I'm not sure what's happening, but never mind.
Can you hear me okay then?
Yeah, I can hear you. So basically, Tommy's saying there, speakers into microphone. Does he have a headset?
Let me move the... So I'll put the...
Weird.
This over here. Right. Is that any better?
Let's have a look. Can't hear it so much. It'll have to do for the time being.
I can turn the volume down maybe on my...
Yeah, just slightly. Got mine all set up. Yeah, so we're talking about the Christmas level of sales that that you've been having. Coupled with that, because obviously you did a video this morning, talking to eBay about free. What was it? Free eBay reps you were chatting to?
No, I only spoke to... Well, I spoke to two, but I went through to one. It was about a GSP return. They wanted me to email the GSP centre and make a claim for a lost parcel.
That was right, yeah.
It's really on eBay to deal with all of that, isn't it? So it's just another case of them not knowing their own policies. That's the problem.
Yeah, definitely. That's no problem. It takes so much time out of your day to actually phone up, and then you got to re-phone someone else, and just fingers crossed you get a good person like you did the second time.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, the second time he dealt with it straight away, you know, and it was sorted within 2 or 3 minutes. But the other guy just wanted to fob me off, really.
Yeah, that's better if they could do it in the first place like that. But it's good though that you can do a video on it. And so if you haven't seen that video, do go and check Derek's channel out and check the video and give him a comment on that video. Just go through some of the comments. If there's any questions for Derek or me, question what it is. Chris Reeves saying about the 80s weekend. Yes, we are both participating, and I'll get onto that a bit later on. And basically, as you are like, because obviously me and Derek are in like a lads chat, and we chat quite frequently. So basically, you've got a big what we now call life pile, and have you been pulling things out there that you haven't seen for a long time?
Yeah, I've got about 4 different piles in effect.
Oh, right.
I've got one in my original old bathroom, which I've mentioned before. That's all racked out, so I've got storage in there, and that's full of stuff. I've also got the contents of my last auction haul that I still haven't processed yet. So I've still got the contents of that. I've got the contents of my office when I cleared out my office. I've got a big pile of stuff to go through. I've got that. So yeah, I've got about 3 or 4 different areas of unlisted stock. So I'm working my way through it, but I've not really made a dent. So I've listed loads of stuff, but it's not going down, which is good in a way, because I think I've got a good few months worth of good solid stock there. So yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about not being able to source at the moment. And in a way, it will be good to get all this stuff sorted. So when the boot sales and the auctions do start up, I'm going to have empty shelves to put new quality stuff in. Because I think I really do want... I don't want a death pile like I've had in the past, but this situation's sort of taught me that, you know, you need something. You need some sort of backlog to just keep you going for maybe a couple of months. you know, whether the reason is the auction house is shut for whatever reason, or the car boot sales are closed because of the weather. There's various other things that could stop your sourcing. So I think it's always good to have a bit of a death pile. I mean, this is really obviously extreme, and we're not going to get stock for a good while. Although people are still managing to get stock from online sources and that sort of thing, but I've not really looked into that yet.
No, it's probably because you don't have to at the moment. You can work through your backlog. And what sort of things have you seen in your backlog that you've kind of didn't think was worth a lot, and at the moment, like going for quite good money?
Yeah, well, I've sold all my video game type stuff. As soon as this sort of situation started to unfold, I started to get it all listed. I think I sold my Wii consoles a little bit too early, because I basically sold them out really, really quick, but I sold them for like normal prices. So you're talking like £40 to £50 for a bundle. Whereas now they're going in the hundreds, aren't they? So
going for hundreds.
Yeah. So I should have waited on the Wii consoles, but video game stuff I've been selling, and puzzles and things like that, even second-hand puzzles that I really didn't bother listing before because they just didn't sell. I've only ever really sold brand new puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. But even the second-hand ones are still selling and fetching quite good, strong money. So that's a bit of a surprise. So I've got all of those on now, and board games that really didn't really sell before, like run-of-the-mill sort of games, they've been selling as well. So I mean, a lot of the stuff I've listed is probably the sort of thing I'd saved for a car boot sale, because I was keeping stock for a car boot sale to sell at. So I've took the stuff back off there and put it back on eBay. So it's quite surprising what is selling, really.
That's what I found at the moment with the things. I'm surprised what's selling, because as you say, like, I had stuff for the car boots, and I was like, have a look to see what sells. And I think, wow, that sells for good money, and list it, and pretty much straight away it sort of sells. But as I say, I've sold a Monopoly board game today and some wrestling figures, so quite happy, because I'm only part-time and obviously you're full-time. So to have a look in the chat, because I do see people popping in. Ian's in, Tat Doctor, DBG's in as well, Jason as well there's popped in. If you've got any questions, let us know and have a pop in for that.
When this first started unfolding, I was really concerned about things like Hermes not being working, so you won't be able to get things delivered. I was really worried about that, and obviously I've got bills and stuff that eBay pay for, so I was really concerned. But it's been almost the opposite. I think Hermes have really done really well so far. Not really seeing anything that's not getting delivered any more than usual, and obviously they're much busier than usual, so I think they're doing a really good job.
Oh, that's good. I've sort of noticed that as well, with especially because I don't use Hermes myself, but I use Royal Mail, and they've been doing pretty well, even though they've had quite a lot of stock. I've just obviously when it started, I realised it's going to take a little bit longer to get delivered. But have you had any customers basically messaging you to say, where's my item, or it hasn't been delivered yet?
Yeah, I've had a couple of them, and I've basically sent them the tracking and told them to wait a little bit longer, and they've just gone away. Then eventually it's been delivered, and they've gone away. But I did have to refund something that didn't get delivered by Royal Mail.
Right.
And it didn't get delivered because I used the Twitter. You can tweet them and see if a large letter has been delivered. And it didn't get delivered, and they waited about 2 weeks, and I just refunded them. It was £15, but it will probably turn up in the end. I have no doubt. But it's
most probably, yeah.
I said if they get it, let me know. But I doubt if they will. They'll probably just keep it. So, but £15 not the end of the world, really. And again, it was all death pile stuff anyway, so it owes me next to nothing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's like as I put out a video yesterday about a customer who, well, it's slightly different. Messaged me on an item, but I've actually had a few people message me about like, oh, where's my item going to turn up? I was like, well, here's a tracking, and you've got to wait in this time. You've got to wait for a longer time because of raw mail or whatever I've used. If their service is going to be a lot longer.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
Like raw mail, I was chatting to a lady in my local post office saying some are delivered in 2 or 3 days and some are being delivered in 7. It depends because obviously with the raw mail and some other services, we're only working like a certain amount of days.
Yeah.
And they're sort of like,
a lot of the workers are probably off as well.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably off as well, and they're only doing certain posts. So
I've had a few people sort of ask me, can you sort of guarantee delivery by Saturday? And I've basically said no.
No. Especially like
can't guarantee anything. And
bank holiday, yeah.
You can't. You just can't do that. But I don't seem to understand why not.
True.
So yeah, the best thing to do is just tell them there's a delay and please bear with it and hope that it arrives before they can ask eBay to step in and decide the case in their favour, sort of thing. That's all you can do and hope for the best.
Yeah, definitely. It's annoying though they don't realise and what's happening, but it's like anything. Really, but that's what I said in my last video. You have to have a thick skin in this reselling game.
Yeah, you feel like telling them, having watched the news, and see what's going on.
Them going, but yeah, got to be diplomatic.
Yeah, you have to be a little bit more diplomatic and sort of say, "I'm very sorry. Can you please give it a little bit longer?"
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look in the chat. Jones popped in. Thanks for popping in, Joan. And yes, Ian, we do have a bit of an echo, but can't get it sorted for some reason. Tried to do the best. The Hills has popped in there. Dave's in as well. Yep, just tell them to wait, pretty much is what we do. Let's have a look. Any questions, let us know. Yeah, pretty much what Victoria's saying. Hi, Victoria. Expect delays at the moment, and if it's quicker, it's a bonus. Yeah, pretty much.
I have noticed that the people who have left feedback for me have commented on how quick things have got delivered.
Oh, right.
So I think they're by people who have expected it to take really long, and then it has actually arrived quite quick, so they're quite surprised.
Right.
And I've noticed that I'm getting a lot more comments about quick delivery now than I did before, because I think people just expect it to be longer. Most people.
Yeah.
But it's like Nick Kay says there. He thinks people have been spoiled by same day as Amazon.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and when that's stopped, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the case. People have relied on really quick delivery for quite a few years now, haven't they? And
yeah, pretty much.
And suddenly they're going back to like, I don't know, 1970s style delivery.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look. I just see someone. Oh, Joan saying there about my last video. It's great. Thanks, Joan. Had a lot of people commenting on my last video about experiences and about customers as they've had or bits and pieces, and yeah, it was great response.
Yeah.
Cheers for watching.
I had somebody ask me a question earlier today about some vintage speakers I was selling.
All right.
And it was to Italy. And they were saying, how long would this take? If I ordered today, how long would this get to me by? And I said, well,
yeah,
your guess is as good as mine.
true.
I said, expect it to be quite a long time.
Well, definitely.
I'm almost hoping they don't buy it, because I can.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
I can see them possibly. Well, if it's GSP and they complain about delivery, it's not on me anyway. So, yeah. So I haven't blocked them or anything, but it's.
That's fair enough. It's quite difficult with like GSP some countries now, like. But yeah, I had a customer earlier was a box set of books, and I knew exactly because they had when I was going to it, they had like I think it was US on there, and then they're saying they're from so and so, and then they wanted to ship to someone else. So like, nope, reject the offer.
Yeah.
I don't want the actual hassle of. Like when it comes up, it'll come up with one address, and they'll be like, "Can ship it to this address and this that," and they'll be like, "Well, I just got reject."
Yeah, well,
I just
what I
can't be bothered
usually
with
do, if I can, when I'm on the computer and then an offer comes through, I always look at their username.
Yeah.
And I look at the feedback they've left for others, because that gives you quite a good indication. It gives you an indication of what sort of customer they're like. If they leave lots of negatives or they seem to have problems, then I don't accept the offer. But I don't think you can do that very easily on the iPhone app. So I tend to just go with my gut instinct then. But I'm finding quite a few aren't paying very quickly now, though. That's one change I have noticed.
Oh, I see.
They do pay pretty quick, but they seem to take a day.
Seems to take a little while, yeah.
Whereas before it was pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
Not quite sure why, but.
Not sure either. Yeah, I've noticed that over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed like they're buying an item, I say not paying for it, and either messaging me saying, "Oh, sorry, I can't pay for it. Can you cancel?" Or just not paying for it at all. So you've got to go through the process of then just going through and either message them to say, "Can I expect basically can you pay or going through eBay and that way."
Yeah, well, I always open a case as soon as I can. I open the case. But I had one the other day where somebody had bought it and started a payment. There was no PayPal transaction for it, but it came up on eBay, payment initiated.
Yeah.
So I waited about a week and nothing had happened. And every time I clicked on PayPal, nothing was there. There was nothing in my PayPal history.
Okay, it's a bit weird.
So I tried to open a non-paying bidder thing, but it wouldn't let me because the payments had been initiated. So they hadn't paid.
Yeah.
Plus, I couldn't put in a claim. So I ended up going through live chat and they did it for me. But now it's opened in a different way than it normally is. It's almost like a returns case, but for a non-payment case. I've never seen it like that before. But it looks like it will work in the same way. It's just a completely different interface. It's a bit weird.
It is, yeah. It's weird when things like that happen. It sort of throws you out, like what's happening here, or
yeah. I just got to keep an eye on it because it's not in my normal place where I'd go for my.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we update it. Yeah. So. Dave there, who's a postman, says special deliveries now no longer offering a different service right now. Ah, okay. Because he has been putting the updates on the Money Mental Facebook page.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, very useful.
And this, I really thank Dave for always doing and all the updates as well. Yeah, DBG says there I message everyone who buys from me, then tell them there'll be a delay, and I appreciate their patience at this difficult time. They say I hope you're safe and well. Yeah, always a good message to do. Yeah, because I always message you as well. Thank you for buying the item. I'll be sending via this, and now I put like do expect a delay, but let me know with feedback when you get the item, etc. But I don't get that many feedbacks. Probably about 5 feedbacks in 10, if that.
Yeah,
But
I'm probably the same. I don't, if the amount I sell, I don't get, obviously occasionally I get the odd unjust negative, and then you got to go through eBay and get it removed. But usually it's okay.
That's fair enough.
But I haven't been messaging people, to be honest with you, when people buy things. I just send them out. I have got I've got quite a long dispatch time on at the moment, well, longer than I normally would. I think it's 3 days I've got now.
Oh yeah, I always have 3 days, just in case.
Yeah, and I'm basically going to the parcel shop twice a week. So I go on a Monday and I go on a Thursday, which coincides with me going to pick up my sons as well, because they come and stay with me then. So I sort of joint up the journey with that journey.
Yeah.
And I also go shopping on those days as well. So yeah, I'm basically just going out twice a week in total, sort of thing, which is
I think that's probably the best solution to go about as least as you can, and then combine it with other things like shopping or picking up your kids or whatever else.
Yeah.
I did see Steve Green was in. Apparently, Lex has told him he smells the pork. Fair enough. Maybe still, I'm not sure. Cheers, Ian. Appreciate that, mate. Just have a look there. Victoria Plum there saying all I've done as a buyer is ask when they're posting, and if they say I won't get it for about 2 weeks, I just say okay, fine. Can't understand why anyone would make a fuss now. You can't control it. That's true. You can't control the amount of parcel people are shipping out and what's going. They sort of should realise, which they don't. Our customers, but it is what it is.
Most things, I mean, obviously, as a it depends on what you're buying, but most things probably aren't that urgent.
Yeah.
I've ordered some bubble wrap. That's actually coming on a pallet, so that should sort of come via a big lorry. So in theory, that shouldn't really be delayed more than normal, I guess. But that is delayed. I mean, it probably should have arrived on Monday, but I'm still waiting for it. But I'm just hoping I don't run out of bubble wrap in the meantime.
Oh, I see. The amount of parcel you're sending out, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sending out more than I normally do. Plus, another issue I've noticed is I usually get my boxes from the back of Halfords.
Right.
But unfortunately, Halfords is click and collect only at the moment. So the amount of boxes they've got are a lot less than normal. So I've got a big backlog of boxes, but they will run out quite soon. So I'm probably going to have to try and find some more boxes elsewhere, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding with boxes. Like you're sort of running out at the moment. I've ordered like packages offline and bubble wrap and that, and it just got to wait for it to come. I think it's like next week, or I think we ordered it a few days ago, but it just got to wait.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You just got to wait.
No, I would wish that customers actually realised, to be honest. But, Matt's in there, Retro 780, so thanks for popping in, Matt. I've also put, just before I forget, I will also put the link to Andrea and Nick Hills' fundraising YouTube charity festival. I just quickly go through before I forget. I've got it up on the screen. It's in the description and the comments below. I'll just quickly share the screen before I forget. Here we've got on here Nick and Andrew's Reselling YouTube charity festival that's going on from this Friday to Monday. So I think it's the 17th to 20th. And this is the link. It's in the Just Giving page. They were going to an 80s themed festival weekend, but they couldn't go, so they decided to do a lot of events over the weekend and Friday and the Monday. There's lots and lots of things. You'll be able to see the list on Nick's Facebook and probably Instagram pages in the next day or so. So if you want to donate, please do. There's a lot of donations already raised over the target there. Let's pop out the sharing there. Just thought I'd do that before I forget.
So what's your plans on your video for it?
What I've got is on Saturday, this Saturday coming on the 3rd, sorry, at 3 p.m. Sorry, Saturday 3 p.m. I'm hosting a live chat with gaming, and I think at the moment I've got Nick and Z. Hopefully other people will pop in and talk about gaming. I've got some like 80s type games to share and for consoles, and I'm going to pull out some 80s games that are themed in the 80s, like Vice City and Vice City Stories. I think there's Gran Turismo games had 80s cars in, that sort of thing. So that, and then I've got a game I'm going to be playing on Monday. And I mentioned Nick earlier about a game on Monday. I'm playing Monday at 1 o'clock. A couple of hours. It's everybody's gone to the Rapture. I've completed it before, but it's set in 1984. So I thought, why not? But what about yourself, Derek?
Yes, I was setting up today actually on my computer. I'm going to be playing that.
Oh, lovely.
It's a trip down memory lane for me because that's my
your game.
The first games I worked on when I
so you'd be playing that via the PC.
Yeah, so I've got all the
wow.
So I've actually got this in my. This was actually my stock because.
Oh right.
I was a bit concerned about how I'd get the copy of it because I know I had some in the loft, and I didn't realise I had this in my. It was actually in my death pile.
Right.
But this is one of the original ones that I would have got when I worked there.
I'll tell you when you got, yeah.
It was to get like loads of them, So I've got some sealed ones there as well, but I didn't really want to open a sealed one because
I can imagine,
worth quite a bit of money on eBay. So I've managed to find one that had already been opened, so I installed it, and I haven't actually played it yet at all because I thought it might be interesting to actually boot up for the first time.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Yeah, are you going to be using OBS or what are you going to be software you're using?
I think OBS. I need to do a test stream at some point because I just want to make sure it works and stuff.
Right.
But I'm assuming OBS, just sharing the screen, be the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, do a test stream beforehand. Make sure you get the sound okay with your voice and stuff like that. It can be quite tricky, but once you sort of mastered it, because I've done one or two streams like gaming on using OBS and just getting that game sound with the actual your voice sound. But that'd be good. And that's on Monday.
That's on Monday at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So free Monday at 10 o'clock, and we'll see Derek playing Vice City.
Yeah,
then feel free.
It probably won't be very a good game really because I haven't played it for years.
All right.
And it will just be the first mission. So
that's okay. Yeah, it's cool.
But I also plan on. I'll probably play the game for like 20 minutes or something like that, and then I'll do some sort of chat afterwards. I did think about going through all the computers I owned as I was growing up as well, and just on on the screen. Because I've owned quite a lot. A lot of them came from boot sales back in the day as well. So I was going to sort of compile that and just give a chat about that.
Yeah.
Because that's sort of 80s themed as well. But yeah, that should
Might as well. Yeah, that'd be fun. And there's
then.
a lot of other 80s themed events and live streams and videos throughout the weekend and Friday and Monday. So do stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
The Hills wants to know if you've got a listing challenge going on with Derek.
No, not at the moment. Maybe at some point we'll do one. But...
Yeah, fair enough. Cheers, Poppy and Grant. Let's have a look down there.
I think listing challenges, we both need to be, you know, we need a week that we know we haven't got anything else to do. And then, you know, we can just concentrate on the listing.
Yeah.
A sourcing challenge might be better next time we're at a car boot sale. Sort of
yeah, probably be a lot better. Yeah, if you can do that. Yeah.
Do a sourcing challenge.
Yeah, when they're back on again.
Selling those particular things.
Yeah.
Something like that might be good, but we will do something at some point.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sure. Look out for that one. Are you, as I hear, and Rich are going to be on Drinking with Andrew this Friday? As he's requested.
Probably not. I don't know yet. Maybe.
That's fair enough. I thought
I'll see how it goes.
Although
I have got Taurus here.
Oh, lovely. Yep, lovely.
In a Strongbow glass.
Yeah.
Right, I'm drinking my coffee at the moment.
Let's have a look down the chat. So if you've got any questions, let us know. Just jumped there. I don't know how. I did see Lex popped in. Thanks for popping in, Lex. Sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Lawn Loft, or I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Yeah, unfortunately we are. Yeah, can't do anything about it unless we end it and come back on again. But it'll be a bit of an effort to do.
Oh, is there still an echo?
Yeah, just ever so slightly.
Right. It's probably my new webcam causing an issue.
No, I think it's when it came on first, when it was all chipmunky. It happened.
Right.
Funky UK, it was Neil. Hi, Peter and Derek. Derek, your eBay GSP video was nuts today.
Yeah. It took quite a while to edit that video as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It must have taken quite a long time to edit.
Yeah, I got a bit too involved in it, really. It's been a bit too long on it. But,
yeah, I can like that. Get a bit involved, and then you get so worked up, and then the software starts to play up, and
yeah. Well, I got my son to do the voice of the eBay.
I wonder if you've done the voice, yeah.
And then I ran it through it was like an online thing, and you can convert the voice slightly, to a different style voice. So I tried that a bit as well, right. And then pieced it all together in the video. So all that took a little bit, but yeah, the actual speech of the eBay rep. Sometimes the way the conversation ran didn't really make sense, but that's because it often doesn't on the eBay customer services.
All right.
You know, sometimes they're I don't think English is their first language, shall we say? So it's, you know, it's sometimes the sentence goes a bit strange.
Fair enough. Let's have a look at that. Oh, Ian there saying, anyone noticed since the lockdown they are changing their mobile more on the mobile app?
Oh, charging.
Not that I've noticed, really.
I guess doesn't he mean you're charging it because the battery goes flat? Or...
Oh, charge. Oh, sometimes I don't have charge. I thought I read that wrong. Yeah. I'll see what you mean. Yeah. The amount of people going live. Yeah, well, it happens. Let's have a look down the chats. I did say hi to Lex. Thanks for coming, Lex. Twistrina 15 has popped in and says, yes, I have some non-payments lately to a bit of they were wait days, and worst part of it, offers. Yeah, pretty much that's the same with me. People to have send offers for ages to pay, and some could be quite low or stuff you want to get rid of.
Yeah, I'm hoping that once the managed payment system comes in, they're going to make it so it's immediate payment on offers.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But whether they will or not is another matter.
Not sure at the moment, but yeah. Okay, just have a look down there. And so, is there anything like since we've been on lockdown and you've been sorting through your life piles and all your piles you've got, is there anything like before lockdown that you would do differently now? Basically, because obviously you've got quite a big pile of items like to list. Is there anything you would do differently? Like for example, sourcing less or sourcing different items, because it gives us a chance to go through our items and work out. I've got this, that, and the other, and work out to get our stuff listed. So, is there anything you will do differently now than you would have done before lockdown?
I mean, when I go back sourcing again, I'll definitely be trying to only keep a smaller death pile.
Yeah.
So I'll be sourcing stuff and I'll still keep things aside, but I'll certainly try and avoid the real rubbish stock I've got piled up. Although there is an argument that rubbish stock is now, at least it's some sort of stock. So I don't know. I think I just want to try and have a smaller death pile. So at the moment, I've got way too much, you know.
Yeah.
And this proves it. You know, I'm not sourcing, and probably won't be sourcing for a good number of months. But I've got enough stock to see me through, and that really shouldn't really be the case, should it? I shouldn't really have all this stuff that is just hoarded up.
But
and never gets listed.
Yeah, in a way, as what's been happening, it's sort of nice to have it, so you don't think, oh, what am I going to list? Going round and round and trying to find certain items to list, like some people. So because you don't have to sort of go on Facebook Marketplace and have a look at stuff people are selling for high amount of prices or anything like that, like what some people are doing.
I've also noticed that because I'm listing stuff for my death pile, a lot of it is low value. So I'm listing it anyway because I've got it and I need to work through it. Right. But a lot of it is, I don't know whether it's worth listing or not. You know, it might only be £2 or £3 profit in it. And it's a lot of hassle packaging it up and posting it and taking the risk. Because obviously if somebody gets it and they return it, then you've lost the postage. So, you know, that return can wipe out your profit on it. So, yeah, I really want to keep to at least stuff that's at least like £20 upwards from now on. But I've got a lot of stuff that is lower value that I'm going to continue to list. But once that's gone, you know, that's definitely something I'm going to change and make sure I only pick up certain value items. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, that's what I've been looking at, like my stuff to list. I think, oh, is that really worth doing or not? But yeah, things are going out quite quickly. I won't lie, and things have been sat there for a long time. That have been, for example, listed and going out, or even stuff that, like, do you find this, like with your piles, that you've got stuff there that you found that needs testing, and you actually do test it in this time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically going through the stuff as if I don't have a choice now, because before I was picking and choosing what I listed based on what came in that week. So if I went to a car boot sale, I got a load of good stuff. I wouldn't bother listing the stuff that there's a little bit of hassle. I'd have to test it or repair it, or it's low value. I wouldn't bother with that stuff.
Totally.
I'd list the good stuff. And by the time I've done all that, the next boot sale comes along, and I get more.
You got more stuff in.
So now at least I'm getting to the stuff that does require a little bit of effort and work, and cleaning or testing.
I
mean, back there I've got a hi-fi system that requires a new belt. So I bought the belt, but I've got to take it all to bits to fit the belt. And it's quite a complicated thing. I've watched a YouTube video on it. It's worth about £500 once it's fixed. I got it from auction, but it's really quite complicated to replace the belts on it. But it's probably going to take me all day, probably messing about with it. So that's something I've put off, but I really do need to do it. Because obviously that will bring in quite a lot of money once it's fixed. So yeah, I'm just basically working through a death pile and listing basically everything. So I know that the time from now to the point where I'm going to be able to source again, it's going to be pretty
quite a while.
This year, I think there's not going to be a boot sale.
No.
I think when the lockdown does eventually get lifted, there's going to be a further lockdown on big gatherings.
Oh God, yeah.
And then you've really got to sort of ask yourself, do you really want to go to these things as soon as they first open as well? Because it's so close to all this, the virus still being around. So I think I'd rather just leave it until much further down the line. So I'm quite happy just to continue listing out the death pile.
Yeah, definitely.
Until I feel it's sort of safe enough, if you like, to go to that sort of event, even if those events, even if they're going to be on, who knows?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's difficult because you cannot predict it at all, like what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. But in your case, lots of stuff to go through and list, so you're fine for many months to go. So you'll find stuff that you didn't realize you had. So that's always good. And have you found like that you're selling? Like obviously you're selling DVDs, games, board games, and stuff. But have you found you're selling the random items that you've had listed for ages and then just all of a sudden sell?
Yeah, I mean, having a look on my I'll just have a look here. I sold I sold a pair of boots today that I've had on sale for about 6 months.
All right.
I sold Kenwood food processing parts.
Nice.
I've sold a beer cooler display unit for a micro pub.
Okay, yeah.
All this stuff's really sort of random,
Yeah, people start at home, so they've got to have something to do.
I mean, I expect things like, I sold an Xbox 360 controller.
I expect that to sell, yeah.
A Nintendo Wii power supply, that's sold. A CRT TV, I can see why that would sell.
Yeah, of course.
But there's stuff here that, a giant, those giant wristwatches you could hang on the wall in the 80s.
Yeah.
One of those sold, which is a bit.
Wow, someone wants good decoration.
Yeah, a bit of a weird sale.
Wow.
I've sold a lot of things to repair things as well, like elements for cookers. I've sold a couple of those. I sold a tennis racket, which I assume people are practicing at home. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, if I got a big enough garden.
Yeah, and DIY tools as well.
Yeah, of course, you're doing a DIY at home. Yeah.
Yeah, garden trimmers. That's pretty much. I had a load of garden trimmers I bought at the end of the car boot sale season last year. Put them away for this season and listed them, and they've pretty much sold instantly.
Oh, right. It's a shame you didn't sell one to Andrew. Could be so much easier. He's mowing with Andrew, wherever it was, streaming with. Oh, that's painful to watch.
I know. It was quite scary to watch that as well.
It was one-handed, yeah.
You just knew that something bad was going to happen.
Yeah, that lad, yeah. Oh dear. Victoria Plum says, "Wow, over 1K already for the Just Giving page." Yeah, indeed. Yeah. That was all so quickly. Hopefully, you can raise a lot more for the British Red Cross for the coronavirus response.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true, Jason. Yeah, wonder if I raised as much as Tom when he did his auction last year or whenever it was. Let's have a look in the chat. Any questions? Let us know. Laundrums Lotta spot the Atari hoodie, Derek.
Yes.
Yep, classic. Hi, Kate. Thanks for popping in. Let's have a look down the chat.
I had quite a few Ataris back in the day. I had an 8-bit Atari computer.
Yeah.
I've had the Atari VCS, the 2600. 2 Atari STs. I was heavily into the Atari STs at the time. And I owned a Atari Jaguar briefly. I got that from car boot sale. I mean, you never find one now at the car boot sale.
Fair enough.
I sold that on eBay, actually, the Atari Jaguar.
Cool. Let's go into where I was before. Looks like Joanne's popped in.
Hi, Joanne.
I'm just going to pop the mic.
No, you're muted.
Any better? Oh, well. Nothing we can do about it. Let's have a look. Hi, Rich. Thanks for popping in. Just have a look. Just having a look.
Nick K's he pulled apart a faulty Kircher and then sold the parts for more than he paid for it in the first place.
All right.
Yeah, I sold 3 pressure washer parts last week. I actually got them out of a dumpster. Didn't cost anything. I think about £60 in total for those. And this morning I dismantled a Hoover, and I've listed that for parts as well. I think you get a lot more in parts by taking out the motors and the hoses and all of that sort of stuff.
Oh, cool. Let's have a look at the chat. Oh, no. Ashley says she's being brave and going on drinking with Andrew for a Star Wars unboxing on Friday. Wow. I wish you luck. A lot of luck. And I think he's got a lot of people going on his stream.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, just popping down the chats. Okay. Oh, hi, Fishman Hustler. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated from America. Paul's popped in. I'm not going to say what Paul's name is because it's so long. And he's popped in as well. Any questions, let us know. Marie's popped in as well there. So have you got anything on the pile to list this week or at the weekend to get sorted out? They need to get on your eBay store to sell quickly.
I'm just basically working through the stuff. I really need to get the electronics I bought at the last auction I went to listed, because they're in my hallway at the moment, so they're in the way a bit.
Oh, the hallway, yeah.
I really need to get them out of the way. But I've been trying to concentrate on like entertainment stuff because I had loads of like games consoles and stuff like that to get listed. So I wanted to get those all on before I concentrated on hi-fi and things. But yeah, I'm keen to get those listed this week. So hopefully
Right.
get some done tomorrow and some done Friday, I think.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, get it all sorted out.
Deep Fried Deals says, was it Henry Hoover? The one I dismantled wasn't a Henry, it was a Vax. But
Vax, yeah.
I have actually got 2 Henry Hoovers to go on eBay. I might sell them as the full units, though. I'm not really sure yet.
Okay, right. Yeah, because there's different specs of the Henrys. I know there's all different ones, like Henry's Hatties and that sort of thing. But as of, I think I was watching Nick's video and he was saying there's different types of Henrys, and there's like bigger versions of Henrys and smaller like ones that like do vacuum sizes and stuff. Because I know when I used to work with kids, when I did a job, I was working with children. We used to have a Henry, and we used to like before we blew it up, because we sucked up some sort of toy. Forgot what it was, and it used to do really well. It was only like a small area size, but it actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I use a Hetty Hoover myself as my sort of own Hoover.
Right.
And I've got another Hetty to sell and a Henry Hoover to sell. But yeah, there's different specs. You get ones with more powerful motors and the bigger bucket and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think you can part them out and do quite well by taking out the motors and the switches.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You know, and I sold the the bucket with the smiley face on. People use them for toy boxes or garden ornaments and things like that. They put flowers in them and things. Even if the Henry Hoover doesn't actually work, you can still sell that. Plus, you can sell the parts of it, the switches and the motor, depending on what's broken on it. So if it is faulty, you can still do all of that. Even things like the handle cells.
Oh right, yeah, true. They must do, yeah. The DFD's popped in. Deep Fried Deal, someone's popping in. Yes, Andy, but I was trying to be a bit diplomatic with the situation on life piles. Yeah, that's what we've been doing, like selling stuff that's been listing for almost a year, which is good because I sold a couple of tripods that I've had listed for nearly a year. I think I sold a few weeks ago. So I was like, fair enough. Must have sent them an offer, and they came back, and it was okay. Not like the best tripods I had, but I was experimenting about a year ago, beginning of last boot sale season, to pick up as many tripods as I had. I think I had about 15, because I wouldn't pay more than £3 or £4. And I did sell one, I think, forgotten the brand name, but I sold one for over 20. But yeah, and I kept one to myself. But it's just like getting stuff out that you sort of didn't realise, and sort of like it's probably yourself doing promotions, sales, checking out my items with the titles and different prices, and just keep checking, because every sort of so often the prices either go up or go down, and whichever, because as we know, a lot of media has gone up as well.
Yeah, I mean, every time the 30-day cycle comes around, I've mentioned it in the past, I don't let it auto renew. What I do, I end it and then sell similar on it, and at that point I check the prices and adjust it if necessary. But what I do, I can find out whether things are really old items or not by the background, because I changed my background just around a year ago. So most of the stuff in the store is on this new white background, but I've got like an old wooden background, and if anything sells off the old wooden background, I know that it's a really, really old item, and I've sold quite a few of them recently.
Fair enough. Analas has popped in. Popping in. Nick K says he has what you're saying. I pulled apart that one there. Twisting 15 apparently. I was obviously in America, so sold. The other day I sold mayonnaise and I just sold barbecue sauce. Was that in a bottle or something? Wow.
Must be hard to get it in the shops.
True. Yeah. Over here they'll be raising it. But
I'll tell you what I was going to do. This was before lockdown or anything.
Right.
Even before I knew about, the issues coming. Was the McDonald's burger sauce, the Big Mac sauce.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I thought about buying that, keeping it, and then selling it later on for a markup. But I never did it.
Yeah.
But I think if I did buy that now, I think that'd be flying off the shelves because
I would do.
McDonald's
Yeah.
is closed, isn't it? So people will be wanting that burger sauce, that Big Mac sauce. But yeah, I never did it. But...
No, fair enough. Yeah, you probably would because obviously somebody was it KFC or whatever have reopened for just deliveries.
Yeah, I think I saw a news article about that. Right.
Fair enough, but I was a bit dubious though about it all. But
I suppose it's no different to other takeaways, delivery.
Yeah, true.
So there's only so long they can stay closed, I guess.
Victoria's saying her Henry Hoover here is bulletproof. Henry Extra. Yeah, they are pretty indestructible. Unless you suck something up like a toy or I don't know, a puddle of milk or whatever else, and it goes through and it explodes. What's apparently Georgina's saying Henriette is the better. Never used one, but yeah, I've seen them before.
I've got a pink Hetty.
Cool. I have indeed, Alan. Saw BCP. I think I saw him this morning. Was it? It's either this morning or last night. He has to sleep. Alan. He's on streams 24 hours a day, where he sleeps occasionally. Just have a look. So I'm just having a look about there. Okay, and if you've got any questions, let us know. I'll get down the end of the chat in a bit. And so as you say, you're going down to the post office twice a week, a bit like myself, to try and limit it and go like to the shops, shopping to get your food shop, or as I say, collection of kids or ever else. A sort of do you have a like, as you said, a lot of items during the week, sort of like, do you have a sort of a cutoff point where you only send a certain amount of items, and if anything else sells after this certain time, you send in the next batch?
Pretty much. I'm trying to dispatch things as quickly as possible, but I might mark them as dispatched and book them, print off the label, but then they might sit in my hallway until the next time I go to the parcel shop, which is fine because I've got the 3-day dispatch or whatever on anyway, just so I can get them packaged up and they're in effect they've gone. They're just not actually being put in the shop. Certain things will be left, depending on the size of the item and how much hassle it is. I might need to get a box to package it, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm trying to mark things as dispatched as quickly as possible. But yeah, as far as a cutoff, probably the night before. So if anything that sells on the Thursday morning, for example, they they wouldn't be sent on that Thursday unless they were really
Okay,
easy. If they're an item I could just chuck in a jiffy bag, I'll try and do it. But anything that requires boxing up or something like that, I'll probably leave it. That's why I've got the 3-day dispatch. So because I usually do it on a 1 or 2 day dispatch normally. In the past. But I haven't really noticed any different. Well, obviously, as I said before, the sales have increased. But whether people are just almost ignoring or forgetting about the dispatch, they just expect things to take a little bit longer, so they probably don't really mind that things are taking longer. I'd rather over deliver on the service than try and promise a quick delivery time and then not be able to do it.
Fair enough.
I don't like promising anything that's beyond my control, because once I've given it to the parcel shop,
it's their sort of problem. Yeah, you've done your bit and you've got the tracking and stuff and put it all in. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you ever use these parcel post boxes or anything like that?
I have in the past, but I don't really use them that often. Pretty much anything that isn't a large letter I send with Hermes.
Right, I'll say, yeah.
But I have researched where my local one is. So if I do need to go there, I know where it is and I can just go straight there. But at the moment, I'm just continuing to work with Hermes. And that works quite well for me, because the way my parcel shop works, because I've been there, quite a number of years now, pretty much every day. I know the guy who runs it and stuff, and I scan my own items in now and that sort of thing. So I just walk in, drop my big bag off, scan the items in, and leave. So it's quite a quick process, and I wear gloves when I do that as well. And the shop doesn't seem to get that much customers when I'm there, which is quite good as well. So it's only quite a small shop, so if people started to come in, then it'd be hard to stay away from them, so I try to be in and out quick.
I see. Is that because you're going down early, or what time do you normally go down to your local Hermes? Or
it's usually about 11 o'clock, something like that. So I know he picks up any time after 12:30 is sort of, if I drop anything off after 12:30, then it can be hit and miss whether the driver's been or not. Sometimes he doesn't pick it up until about 3 o'clock, but sometimes he's been there at 12:30. So I tend to get there about 11, 11:30. Then I know that I get that day's collection. Plus, because I drop so many parcels off, and the shops.
Well, I can imagine. Yeah, you drop a whole load of. Yeah,
I feel quite bad for the shop owner, because I use up quite a lot of his space in his shop. So I try to drop them off. In a way that they're not going to be in his shop for very long.
That's fair enough.
But I don't think he's bothered. He's quite pleased with the business at the moment.
Yeah, I can imagine they're quite pleased. Yeah,
I think they get like 30p or 40p a parcel.
That's not bad then.
And if I'm dropping 30 items off, then it's a good amount of money. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I feel like if you ever want to see like people's items they're sort of sending when they're packaged, I think it's on a Monday. It shows your stacks on Monumental Facebook page.
Yeah, it's a good thread. That is. I don't think it was.
I always try and look at see how many items people are selling.
Yeah, I always try to take a photo of my stuff so I can post it, but I don't think it was.
It's always got to get done and out, and next load. Yeah,
I don't think it was posted up on Monday though. I didn't see it.
Right. Yes, he does sleep. PvP. I never thought that. True. He does. Let's have a look down the chat. Oh, we've got a question there from Anna Lass. What is the one item that you have in your listings that you're desperate to sell because it's been in your listings for what seems like forever?
Let me think. I'd like to sell the CRT TVs that I have. I've got a couple of them that have been there for a long time. And also sewing machines, mainly because they take up so much space in my storage. But I do have them priced really high, so I could sell them pretty quick if I reduced the price. So I want them to sell, because I only need to sell 2 of them, and I've basically got a whole shelf of storage again. So
yeah, fair enough.
But it's not so much of an issue now, because I've cleared my office out and I've got shelving in here now as well, which I haven't actually completely filled.
Yeah.
So yeah, most of the stuff I'm quite happy for it to sit. But there's a few things like that. Big items I like to. It's always nice when I sell a really big item, apart from having to package it, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But it's good because it clears the area.
Yeah, because it cleans some space out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you recently, or in the last month or so or two, rearrange your office around?
Yeah, I've got. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, have a look around. Yeah.
Camera. So I've got racking all down the back here now.
Right.
And I've got 2 shelves in the middle there. So they're pretty much empty. I've just got temporary stuff on there. And then I've got my photography area here.
Now I see. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so it works out really well, because it means I've got stuff in my office now, whereas before it was all in my storage lockup.
Yeah, it's a lot better than your other way of doing it, because obviously you had a lot of stock all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting a bit untidy again now.
No, it happens, yeah.
I live quite near a carpet shop, and I was actually...
Yeah, I can see your car. I wonder what it was.
Yeah, this is carpet underlay.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And I've been using that because I've decorated a bedroom for my son, and I was putting underlay down in there. But this is all brand new carpet underlay, but the carpet shop throws it out.
Fair enough.
So when I'm there getting boxes and stuff, I'm going to start getting this as well, because it's really good packaging.
Yeah, perfect material to use. Yeah.
So I'm going to start getting more of this.
Yeah.
But because I'm running low on bubble wrap, after I'd finished the bedroom, so I was stockpiling it basically.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I've done that now. I've used it. So this is all the stuff that I don't need anymore. So I've been using it for the packaging, and it's really good.
Yeah, it looks really thick and really nice for packaging. What is that, packaging your bigger items, or?
Yeah. So say if I listed a TV, I can just basically wrap it around, and because it's free, you can do it more. The only thing is, it's quite heavy. The actual material is quite heavy. But if you're sending something like a TV, it's a heavy parcel anyway. Yeah. So usually, I think it's up to like 15 kilograms, between 10 and 15. It's the same price anyway, parcel force. So, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit heavier, as long as you don't go over if you don't go over the threshold, then it's then it doesn't matter. So
okay, nice.
So
Jones says,
got that.
Fair. Can I explain what a parcel post box is and how to use one? Well, if you have a look, first off, have a look on the Royal Mail website. Just type in Google parcel post box. It comes up with the Royal Mail page. Click on there and have a look, see where your nearest one is, Joan. But basically, I can explain it properly. What it is, it's just a bit like a normal post box, but it's basically for I think it's just for small parcels up to a certain height and length. Normally, it's for people who can't get to a local post office or don't want to go to a post office. They find where the nearest parcel post box is, and then they put it in there. My nearest one is about a 10-minute drive or half an hour walk. But I've only used one once. But it's basically for people who can't get to post office and have like, I think just small parcels to put in, or less than that.
Yeah,
I
I think
have a look at
something
the role
like,
on our website where your local one is, and have a look, see what they look like.
yeah, I think it's like 20 centimetre
Oh, is it? I
height,
didn't realise how big. Yeah.
something like that anyway, roughly.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really sure because I only used it once, but
Oh, right. Yeah, I knew it wasn't mega big.
yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the small parcel though, I think, but not much bigger.
Right. Richie Pickens says, is it 60p for Hermes collection?
Yeah, it's roughly that, I think.
Oh, okay, I never.
I don't usually get them to collect. I have started using Parcel Force to collect
Right.
really big items because I think it's like £2 extra.
Oh, okay.
But my post office is inside a shop, so and usually when I have to use that service, it's a really big item that I'm sending, and I often have a few of them, so it means that I've got a queue along with everybody else for their shopping, with like 2 or 3
and staying 2
massive,
meters apart. Yeah.
heavy things, and I can't manage it all in one go. So normally
Right.
what I do, I go in there, drop it off, walk out, get the other parcel out of my car, take it in.
Oh God, yeah.
But of course you can't do that if you're in a queue. So
No, you go to the back. But, oh
yeah,
God,
so
yeah.
I've just avoided it completely, and I just
I can
get
imagine.
them to
Yeah.
pick it up. It's a lot easier. It's a little bit more expensive, but I
But
factored it
it
into the
works out better,
costs.
especially in this times we've been living in. Do you leave it outside, or where do you leave it now if they come to collect it?
Yeah, I leave it outside.
Oh,
But, my driveway is quite hidden from everywhere.
yeah,
So,
I remember that. Yeah, it's quite big.
yeah, so there's no risk of anybody taking it. The only downside if it was pouring of rain, then that might be an issue. But
And so, have you found that they're only collecting at certain times, or are they collecting a lot?
the last time I used them, they came the next day.
Oh, that's right then.
But they couldn't specify a time when they'd turn up, so it basically had to be out there all day.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I'm home anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm here anyway, but I didn't know what time I think they came about midday, but I put it out there about 8 o'clock. But yeah, I didn't know how long it would be there for.
Right. Okay, look in the chat quickly. Bye, Alan. Thanks for popping in, Alan. Let's have a look. Sorry. Let's go down the chat. Oops, jumped again. Let's quickly go down. There I was. Yeah, PvP is just relaying about the carpet underlay. That'll be good for packing heavy items.
Yeah. I've just noticed Joan and also John as well. Hermes home collection is now cheaper than drop off. I'll have to have a look at that then. That might be quite good. I've not noticed that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I usually go through Parcel to Go or through what's it called, Packlink via eBay. But I do sometimes send things through the Hermes website. I've got various reasons to choose the different ones depending on the price and the size and all of that.
Yeah.
And the weight. But yeah, I'll have a look at that then, because I always thought that it's just going to be more expensive. But
oh yes, that's right, Nathan. You just reminded me about that. Yeah, but if you do your parcels like if you do like a click and drop or something like that, you can get tracking. But if you don't, then it's just put it in and no proof posting. But if you do it online, like you can do it through the eBay site or click and drop account, and then you can put it through. It's only a small thing.
Yeah. Victoria Plum says yellow boxes in Morrison's supermarket. Is that parcel box? No, that'll be the Amazon boxes. The Amazon, yeah. The parcel boxes look like normal post boxes, but with a chrome like handle thing on them. So yeah, the ones in Morrison's probably aren't the ones you need.
Let's have a look. Oh, Aid popped. It makes popping Aid. And so, like, where you are, it's like where I am. I've got plenty of places where I can ship parcels if it's going via post office to Royal Mail, or if I'm doing GSP, or if I'm doing other collections. I can go because my local one is in a Martin's shop, so they're always essential. And I've got another one close to me that's in a Tesco's, back for Tesco's, but the one in my local town, which I'm not trying to go to, is only, I think, open 2 or 3 days for till 12 o'clock, 9 till 12. But most of them are open all the time. But do you have lots of places where you can send? If, for example, one's not open and you've got to go to another one.
As far as Hermes is concerned, I've always used the same shop,
Right.
and he's always open. When I need him to be. So I've never. There are other ones. I think
Right.
the other one's a little bit further to drive, but that's a big sort of shop as well. So they're probably still open.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not really. It's never been a worry to me really, and I know the shop owner.
Right.
And he messages me sometimes, gives me a ring and things like that. So I know him quite well, and I've asked him to message me as soon as any change in the Hermes deliveries or anything like that, because obviously he gets emails from Hermes saying when the drivers are going to be there and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Right.
So if he gets anything that means they're going to be delayed, he messages me.
Yeah, it's always good to have that sort of connection. Yeah.
Yeah. So I generally just use his shop, and then don't worry about it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are alternatives if I need them.
No, yeah, it's always good to have an alternative, because I did see Cooking Hayden's Chris when he was driving, because obviously they live like near Devon now, and he did a video the other day where he went to a petrol garage which was quite far away, and he did a video where he's sharing his journey, and it looked quite far away. I think that was his local one. Wow. But yeah, it's what it is. Oh, Richard just put the link on for the parcel box locations.
Yeah.
Do go check it out. Hi, South London Reseller. It's great to go down the chat, and then we'll end the stream. It's just jumped again. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'll just go quickly down there. Victoria said she uses a company called Easy Post for over 2K. It's for business mainly. I have found them to be good. Okay, cool.
Don't think I've ever heard of Easy Post.
No, I haven't either. But if that works for you, that's always good.
I wrote that down. Always on the lookout for different things. It's very easy to get used to what you do, and then there's this other thing going on and you don't know about it, and you could be saving some money. So I'll have a look at
that. Victoria's saying she saw that video. It was interesting, but it looked like he had to drive for ages. Grab Carpet Chris. My main post office is 5 minutes from my front door. Yeah, that's always good, because not sure where exactly you live, but where he is now, he's in the countryside, pretty much. Where I am is basically like a townish area, so I don't go far for many things.
For Hermes, for me, I've got the one I go to.
Yeah.
There's another one quite close, but that's a dry cleaners, so I'm assuming they're completely closed.
Yeah, I would have assumed so. Yeah.
So the next nearest one would be the shop in the next town. So that would be 3 motorway junctions down.
Oh.
So it would be quite far for me to go if I can't go to my normal one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like Richard says, he's been dropping his Hermes parcels at the in-post lockers, which you can also do. But there's only you can only use. There's only so many lockers.
So many lockers, yeah.
You could end
And
up
my nearest
filling them up
impost
quite quick.
locker is about 7 miles away, so it's not very great.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I was going to say then. It's just escaped my mind about the post office. Oh, I've forgotten now. Cheers, Joan, for that. We'll look at Easy Post. Thanks for the postbox link, Richard. I'll investigate that. Cheers, Joan. I'll just quickly go and have a look through the Nick and Andrew's fundraising to see if anyone's put it through. I'll just quickly go in before I screen share. I think, let's have a look. Screen share, audio. There we go. Just quickly go through. Sometimes it doesn't work for the supporter bit there, but I think we have raised a little bit more. £1,043.84p. So if you want to donate, I've got the link in the description and the comments. Please donate. There's a lot of things happening over this Friday to Monday. Live streams, recorded videos, quizzes, gaming lives, that sort of thing. So do check it all out for what it is. If you read up here, what they're originally going to be doing an 80s festival, but they couldn't get to it. So do check it out. It's a little bit like a festival where you go and check your favourites out, or you want to see. So do you want to tell people who popped in later what you're doing for the Nick and Andrew's fundraising for the 80s thing?
Yeah, well, I'm on 10 a.m. on Monday, and I'll be playing GTA Vice City, which is the first video game I worked on. As some people know, I worked at Rockstar for about 16 years, 17 years.
Wow, that's quite a long time.
Yeah, so I worked on all the GTAs, and of course Vice City's 80s based. So
yeah, definitely, 85, I think, or whatever it was. Yeah,
and I haven't really played it since I made it. So
well, what's he cruising down the motorbike going, wee?
Yeah. I won't be very good at it, I'm sure. But,
fair enough, it doesn't matter.
It'll bring back some memories, and I might recall a few things as I play it. And then after that, I was going to go through some of the 80s computers that I owned.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, why not?
At the time, which has a sort of reselling slant on it as well.
Yeah, of course,
So I'll compile a few photos and stuff to go through that.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah.
But I'm on for about an hour.
An hour, righto.
I think it's Peter who's on after me. Peter Cummins. He's on after me, I think.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen because I think Nick and Andrew, they're compiling the list for tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think they're going to put all their social media. They've got a fair few from America and Australia to have a look at.
Yeah.
Because I think Ian TatPeddler was in earlier. He's on live with Mel back from Burnout Sunday night, 10 p.m. UK time.
Yeah, I saw that schedule.
Have I ever? Oh god,
that should be
first live stream for Ian.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yep, and for me, just quickly go through it again. I'll be live 3 p.m. UK time on Saturday. This Saturday coming, chatting about 80s games and consoles and some accessories that I'll have a look at that I've got. Also got a few guests popping on as well. Also, I will be sharing with you some games that are set in the 80s. For example, the GTA games, like Vice City Stories, for example, and some of the other games like Gran Turismo that had 80s type cars in. So I'll have that, and we get some guests on. And then I'm on Monday at 1 p.m. Trying to remember it now. Playing a game called Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. Playing live on my channel for an hour or two. 80s based games set in Shropshire, 1984. So yeah, do check it all out.
Yeah, I think I've seen you play that before.
Yeah, I played it before. Yeah, I thought I'd play it again, revisit it. Because I I've completed it twice, once online, once offline, but I haven't completed every single area on the game because there's lots of different paths to go down.
Right. Yeah.
I thought, why not?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Sounds good.
So just have a look into it. Oh, I did see Junk Girl Patty's popped in. Thanks for popping in. We're just about to end the stream, so do go and check the stream out. Sorry that the stream was a little bit echoey. I'm not sure why. It happens from time to time, but do look over that and give us a thumbs up and a like. Go and check Derek's channel out. Links in description and comments below. So do check his video out and give him. So I do hearing that. Thanks everyone for popping in. Say like, share, and subscribe, and take care. And we'll see you at the weekend. See you guys.
See you, everybody.